everybody, this is Tambio and I'm back with another Transformers Collectors Club subscription service figure. So, brown box again. The label didn't come off that well, so that's why it kind of looks like that. But if you haven't already figured out, the next one, number 5, is Chromedome. So let's go ahead and get that open. And like before, that they've decided to put that on. It's very nice, and it is helpful with some of them. It wasn't really helpful with this one because he's deep enough down in there that he's not rubbing. But a lot of them have been pretty helpful. So, and then on the bottom we have his bio card. So you can see a picture of Chromedome right there, along with his technical data. Pretty smart and has a lot of skills. And then there is his bio right there. If you want to pause and read that, feel free to do that. And then he comes with his instructions also. So there you go. So here we have Chromedome in his vehicle mode, along with Styler. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm not 100% sure, which was originally his headmaster, and they went ahead and used a ARM micron, so now he's more of a target master. So you just want to flip that down, and then he's in his little robot mode there. So, and as you can see, they used the Transformers Prime wheeljack mold to make this guy. I really like it. If I was collecting these figures, keeping them in my collection, this would be one of the top ones I consider from this year so far. The paint apps are really nice. He has really great colors. There's only one little nitpick that I kind of have, and I know why they did it that way, and I'll get to it whenever I get them in robot mode. So as you can see, very nice brown with the kind of a cream color and the reds, and then I really do like this blue that they put right here. It looks, gosh, it really pops. I wish they would have put it right here for the headlights also, but it looks really good. So nice Autobot symbols right here. So it looks really good, and then the gold wheels, or the gold rims inside the wheels. It's really nice. And this is the under chassis of him. He has his swords, the Prowl swords, which originally Chromedome came with 2 guns. So no guns, but target master, headmaster. You can take the swords and do a couple things to make it a attack mode, I guess you could say. You can take them, put them back here like this, and kind of get some kind of bladed action like that. You can also take them, and there's a tab right here. See that? And then a tab right here. And there's holes in the hilts of the sword. So you're going to take that and tab those. Oops. I'm going to make sure it points up. Like that. And then he has kind of blades coming out of the front of his car. So. And then also, if you wanted to, you can take this guy and you can fold up his little legs like that. Sometimes I get stuck there. Come on, why are you getting stuck? We'll flip that up, and I'll flip that out. Maybe that. Okay, yeah, it's getting hung up on the wings from the crossbow. And then you have a little crossbow like this. You can take, and say if you wanted to attach it right here, you could get some kind of crossbow shooting up action. Maybe like that. Maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. Alright, so I'm going to set all this off to the side and get into the transformation. So first of all, we want to come over here. So there's a get right here. There's a crease right here, crease right here, crease, and then the windshield, and then it goes back to here, and then right here. So you want to kind of grab underneath here. You want to pull this apart, and then you want to come over here and kind of pull this up because I'll show you in a little bit. And then you want to come back here because there's a peg that pegs into here, and then you have these pieces that kind of latch into here, and then you can kind of see this. You see how it's kind of a triangle right there? There's a triangle right here, and it kind of locks into that. See, I'm going to pull that apart, and then you want to do the same thing for the other side. See how that right there. So grab that, pull that apart, and kind of pull up the window a little bit. Grab and pull that apart, and so then you have the arms kind of out. You want to come down to here, then you want to untab this portion right here, flip it up like that, and then once you flip that up, there's a tab that tabs into the back. So I'm going to bring this up just a little bit, bring this up, I'll just leave it there for right now, and come down to the feet. So pull the feet apart, and you want to take this portion right here, and it flips around. So it flips around and untabs from here, and then tabs into right here. So you can see the little tab right there. It's going to tab into right here. So it's going to come around, and it's a little bit easier to see on this side. So you take it and push it in like that, and it'll tab in right there. So you do that to the other side. See how it's tabbed in right there, and that's going to move around to here. So it uses the same tab, but it just slots into different places. Alright, so next you want to take this portion of the hood. You can see there's a track and a little kind of metal pole. Take it, lift it up, and then you see there's a little notch right there. Now you can flip it back like that. You want to do it for the other side too. Flip. Then you want to take and rotate the leg right here. So rotate that. And then there's a ball joint at the foot, so you can bring that up like that. So there you have his legs. That's what you have for the legs. So you want to come to the arms. And we're going to go ahead and bring these down for right now. But we're not going to kind of mess with the arms right now. We need to get the chest locked into place. So there's a couple things that work with this chest. You want to bring this down because it's on a hinge right here. You want to bring this down, and then when you bring this down, there's two hinges. So you can kind of see them swinging like that. You swing it up so that the head isn't up, and it kind of, you'll hear it lock into place. And then you want to come around, and there's a tab right here where my thumb is, and then there's a hole right here, and it's got it on both sides. So right there, and then a tab right here and right here. So you want to get all three of those kind of lined up together, because when you tab in this into the shoulders, it keeps the shoulders kind of locked into place. So okay, right, so those are all locked into place now. So now for his arms, so you can see that it goes kind of like this. You want to bring it down, and then, you know, that's the elbow joint, and then kind of like that. So you just rotate this portion up to make kind of shoulder armor, and then bring the arm down, and then fold down the elbow right here. So I'll show that again. You just want to kind of go like that, and then so you can rotate that up like that. Alright, so I'm going to put him like this, and then I'm going to raise the camera up just a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to come to the arms, or you want to make the hands. So the windshield portion, and you can see that there's a little rivet type thing in there. And you're going to be able to pull this apart. So it goes like that, and then rotates around, and then you can lock it back into place. And then you just want to pull the hand out a little bit. And do that with this side also. Pull it out, flip it around. And you can see there's actually tabs on the inside of the arms. See, there's a tab there, and then there's, you can't really see it, there's a tab right there. So those tabbing together to keep the arm straight. Alright, and so then the last piece that you want to do is you want to take this portion back here, and you want to fan it out like that, and then that's Chromedome transformed. So he has, well, let me take those and fold those out too, the little knee spikes. So now you can take his weapons, and you can have him hold on like this. Or you can have him hold on kind of like Tonfa's. I don't think it, no, you can't actually do that, huh? It's not the right size. Guess he has to hold them like swords, so it's kind of a bummer. Thought maybe we got some extra play value out of it, but gosh, he's so, the cream is so light on there. Okay, as you probably noticed, that's not Wheeljack's head. They did make a new head sculpt for this guy, and this was kind of the nitpick that I had. I really would have preferred a more G1-esque head sculpt, but they actually went more with the IDW kind of comic version of a head sculpt. But I'll bring it a little bit closer so maybe you can see it a little bit better. So there is some detail in there. Like you can see the ridges on the ears, and then you get some detail on the back also. You get some kind of rivets, and then like a little panel in the back of the head. So, alright, so then you don't want to forget that you have his little weapon master. You can put it on the shoulder now, and he can have it like mounted on his shoulder, or you can actually have him hold it. So like that, and it's not really, you can't really hold it straight because you make his arm straight and it's kind of not really, so it doesn't really hold it very well. It's kind of an added thing that they just kind of added to at maybe the last minute. I don't know, I don't see it with it, but you know, I guess it's kind of appreciated a little bit. Since they couldn't make the headmaster with them, I guess they just decided to, go ahead and throw something in there anyway, since they were throwing in arms microns for some of the other figures. So for our articulation, I'm going to come up here to the head. The head has a ball joint, so you can move it down, you can move it up, you can twist it. And coming to the shoulders, there's a ball joint right here, so you can forward, back, and then there's a little bit of some movement right here, so you can kind of get out a little bit, but not much. It's about as far out as you're gonna get, I guess. If you kind of, it's a little bit hard. Then you have a shoulder joint right here, which is mainly for transformation, but you still can use it. Then you have your elbow joint right here. Then you have your wrist, and it's on a ball joint, but it's kind of limited. And then there is a another joint right here, so you can bend the wrist like that. So you got that. There's no There's no waist joint. There's nothing in there because it's all locked together. There's a ball joint at the hip, so you can move the leg back, forward, and then a cut to move it out to the side. And you get about that far out there. It's then limited by the ball joint actually hitting, or the top of the ball joint actually hitting the hip portion up here. And then you have a twist right here, and it only goes out. It doesn't really go in that much because it ends up hitting the hip again. Then you have the knee joint, and the knee joint goes about that far. Then with the foot is on a ball joint, but it's on the side of it, so it's not on the top portion of it, it's on the side of it. So you get quite a bit of motion out of it, and then you can get some pointing down and a little bit of pointing up, but not very much. So you get some pointed up, down, and then some turning, some twisting. More twisting that way than that way. So and I know I said I only had like one nitpick, but there's one more thing, and it's mainly with the mold and not with the Transformers Collectors Club, because they didn't really have the ability to affect a change in the mold like this. But he does have ape arms as a result of Wheeljack's molding and the way that he was made originally. So that's no fault of Chromedome himself. But other than that, the paint apps on this thing are really, really good. His colors are really nice. The areas that they did paint, they match them very, very close. They're very different. Very little bit of a change in color. Like with the hood portion right here, this was all painted, and I've kind of held them together, and there's very little difference in the molded brown as to the painted brown. And then also with the cream colors, they did a really good job on matching the tones, so it's a good job on that. And then the red also, they matched pretty well. There's a little bit of a difference, but it's not that bad. The only place where you could nitpick something is where was it? It was the red. It was some of the red that was painted on the browns. It's a little bit darker than, say, this red right here, but it's not that bad. It's not something that you're gonna it's gonna be a deal breaker or anything like that. It's just mainly because it's painted on a dark color, so it came out a little bit darker. But with all that, if you're a Headmaster fan, if you're a fan of Chromedome, go ahead and pick this guy up if you can find him for a reasonable price. I'm pretty sure that the Transformers Collectors Club site will have them up pretty soon, and then you can also find them at any of your online distributors, TF Source or anything like that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this review. Don't forget to check out my other videos, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. This has been Tambiota, and I'll see you next time.